guys, today we are going to be playing with some new makeup as well as I want to use a little bit of old makeup as well because, I mean, we all have old makeup that we want to use, you know? And today's video is only going to be about makeup and nothing else, and I think we all need that right now, so let's just not talk about anything else and just get into playing with some makeup because that's a nice distraction and I think that everybody needs a little bit of that. So for today we are going to be using some Glaminatrix shadows. Now I did order the bundle of these 6 that we're going to be using today, but she so kindly sent me one of her empty palettes, which I've been eyeing these forever. Isn't this just so cute? So this is from Glaminatrix, if you don't already know. I've done quite a few videos about Glaminatrix in the past, and they are one of my favorite brands. I absolutely love them. Actually, I should just be saying her, because it's just owned by one person. Today we are going to be playing with the new Pastel, are these Duochromes or multichromes? I'm not really sure, I haven't swatched them yet, but basically these 6 shadows here have just been released, so we are going to test them out today. These 3 was also in my order for free, so thank you so much. You know how much I love you. So we are going to be testing these out today. So I think what we're going to do is we're just going to swatch them and then we're going to create a look. Obviously those are all shimmers, so I need to pull in some matte. So I thought we could use the Creepy Cute palette because I have not used this in a very long time. This is by former Strobe Cosmetics, now called Shroud Cosmetics, and it's just a pastel palette, and I just thought that these could go very well together. So I don't know, that's what we're going to do today. So let's just go ahead and do some swatches. So I'm not going to play any music over this. I'm just going to tell you what I'm swatching, and because it's only 6 shadows, so I figure we could just kind of talk through it. So we're going to start off with this first one here, which it looks to be like an orangey, peachy gold shade. It's called Egg Hunt. So all of these, like I said, is from their Easter collection, or her Easter collection. It's so like just a habit at this point to just say they when I talk about a brand. But let's go ahead and swatch this. So, oh, that is beautiful. That is so pretty. I'm definitely going to make sure I give you guys some close-ups and like different lighting and stuff just to so you can see the actual shift in these. So next up we have Bunny. This looks to be a blue with a bit of a yellow shift maybe. I feel like with shadows like this, it's really hard to just look at them in the pan and know what they're going to look like swatched out. But like on the finger, that looks so nice. Let's go ahead and swatch that as well. Wow. Oh, that is so pretty. Next up we have the shade Candy Egg, which looks to be a bit of a pink with a gold shift. So I think that all of these have a gold shift to them, but they all have a different, you know, like base color. So let's see what this one looks like. Again, that is really, really, really nice. Oh, I can't wait to actually put these on my eyeballs. Next up we have the color that I'm probably the most excited about. This one is called Hopping. I probably should have swatched it on the other side of my arm because it's a little bit smoother. We're getting down to like my arm hair here, but it's okay. That is so pretty. Like all of these would make for such beautiful inner corner shades. I don't think that I could use any of them as like a face highlighter. I think they'll be a little bit too dark for that, but they are stunning. So next up we have one that looks to be a lavender with a gold shift. And this one is called Bonnet. Wow, that is stunning. And last but not least, we have the color Chick. And this looks to be a yellow with a gold shift. Or really, it just looks to be a yellow. I'm going to give this a bit of a better swatch here. Man, all of these are so pretty. So let's go ahead and play with some eyeshadows because that's why we're all here, you know? So we're gonna start by priming with the Smashbox Lid Primer in light here, and then we're gonna first start with using some mattes, obviously, because we need some mattes in the crease, or at least I know I do. I've never been one to really do all shimmery eye looks. I just don't find it to be very flattering on my hooded eyes when I have shimmers that go above like the hood of my eye. It really just accentuates like how hooded my eyes are. So personally, I do like having some mattes in all of my looks. And I also do have a code with Glaminatrix. It's non-affiliated, but it will give you a discount. I will have it up on the screen. It'll definitely help with, you know, reducing the cost because it is expensive to get it shipped from Australia. So if you are interested in ordering anything from the brand, you should definitely use my code. Like I said, it's not affiliated. I don't get anything from it, but if I can help you guys get a better deal on some amazing shadows, of course, like it just makes sense for you to use it. I think what I I want to do today is I want to do a bit of a two-tone eye because I haven't done that in such a long time, and then I want to flip whatever I have in my crease on my lower lash line and then do the opposite on this eye. That probably didn't make sense, but you'll see what I mean when I'm doing it. So I'm first going to take Planchette and I'm going to put that in my crease on this eye, and then on the other side I'm going to go into the shade right here, which is called Creep It Real. So it has been such a long time since I used this palette, and this is the palette that I always recommend every time someone asks me like what my favorite pastels are. I always say this palette because it is just, it's such a nice pigmented palette and it's so easy to work with, and I have nothing bad to say about this palette. So I'm just going to keep this to my whole crease, and then I'm going to use a little bit of the black to deepen up both sides with. So once I put this in my crease on this side, I'm going to go ahead and take this under my eye on the other side. And just trust me, like this, oh wow, I almost went to put that like in my crease on that side. That was a fail. But just trust me when I say that this is going to come together. It's going to look crazy for a little bit, but I think this is going to end up looking really, really cool. And it'll just give me a better chance to use a little more of these shadows as well, because I feel like it's not going to make for the best eye look if I try to layer a bunch of these shimmers next to each other, because they need to have their own time in the spotlight, you know, to really be able to shine. So I'm going to go into Creep It Real now, which is the, how do I even explain this? It's almost a turquoise. I guess I would call it that. And this is just so pigmented. It's so pretty. This is exactly what I needed right now. Just a nice pigmented pastel eyeshadow. And I'm of course going to put that on the other eye, just underneath here. So next up what I'm going to do is I'm going to dip into the black shade in the Creepy Cute palette. This one is called Void, and I'm going to use that to deepen up both eyes with. So from what I remember, this is a very buildable black, so it might take a little bit of time to really build this up to be the intensity that I want it to be here. So I'm going to try to keep this mostly on just the outer portion of my lid here, because that is where I need it to look darker. So I feel like I'm making a mess with the black on this side. I just got a little bit out of hand here, so what am I going to do? Let's try to just fix that a little bit. I'm gonna take a little bit of a nude colored eyeshadow here. This is just my Wet n Wild Creme Brulee. And I'm just gonna use that to go over where I just got a little bit out of hand here. And I'm just gonna take a little bit more of that purple as well and just bring this up. And I'm also dipping back into the turquoise. Okay, I think that looks good after a lot of back and forth between the black and the other shade. So let's move into using some of these shimmers. I'm so excited. So I think it's pretty obvious what we're gonna do. Maybe not, but I think it's obvious which shadows I'm going to use. So I basically want to use the purple because I have purple on my eyes, and I also want to use the green. So I'm going to put them like opposite of what would make sense, I guess. So on the side where I have the purple in my crease, I'm gonna put the green. And then on the side where I have the turquoise in my crease, I'm going to put the purple. I hope that makes sense. So let's first go in with a shade that is called Hopping. This was the green one. And I'm pretty sure I'm not going to have to do a cut crease or anything because her shimmers are usually very opaque and very foiled. So I think I'll be okay to cover up like whatever I have of the purple on my lid here. So let's just go ahead and kind of fake a bit of a cut crease with the shadow. Wow, that is so pretty. Oh. See, these are the kind of shadows that I feel like my collection was lacking a bit. Like, there's so many brands that's come out with a lot of like sheer toppers and duochromes and like iridescent shades, but that's not really my preference. Like, I like my shimmer shadows to be opaque. Like, I don't really mess with toppers that much, so this just makes my heart so happy because these are very light, but they're also opaque enough that I can use them on my lid without having to like layer them or do a cut crease or something like that. Oh, this just makes my heart so happy. Like, isn't that just beautiful? I'm just gonna fade that into the black, and then I'll go back in with the black and just layer that over the shimmer again so we get a good blend. But I mean, this is already looking so nice. So let's go in with the purple on the other side here. And this one is called Bonnet. Okay, so you can't see that much of the purple in it, but you can see a little bit. It's definitely got most of the like gold coming through here, but then you can see a little bit of a purple shift depending on like how you twist your head. Like again, this is something that I just did not have in my collection, and I'm so happy to have right now because I feel like it's so hard to find things that are unique eyeshadow wise in the makeup world right now. So when something comes out and it's different than something else I have in my collection, I can't help myself, like I need it. So it's very interesting to see like how this color changes when I layer it over the black, because I feel like over the black you see a lot more of the yellow showing through, whereas in the beginning here you see a lot more of the purple. It could also just be like depending on how I'm looking at these as well. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go back in with the black and just make sure that like the transition here is looking okay. And I think I want to use a little bit of the other ones here too. I don't think this is really going to go with the look, but honestly, I don't even care. So I'm going to take a little bit of the blue one. This one is called Bunny, and I'm going to put that underneath on this eye. And then on this side, I'm going to use a little bit of the shade called Candy Egg, which is the pink. So let's go in with the pink first. I'm going to use that on this side, just on the inner portion of my lower lash line here. Yeah, it's really hard to like see the shift in this and see how beautiful it is when you put it on such a small area of the eye. Like I feel like it's way more obvious when you put it on like your whole lid. You're really going to see how beautiful this is. So let's go ahead and do the blue just a little bit underneath here. Okay, so the blue definitely has a lot more of a gold shift to it, it seems like. But it could also be because I'm layering it over that turquoise. But I mean, all of these are just so beautiful. Do I want to do anything else? Do I want to pop anything in my inner corner? That's probably going to look absolutely insane, but let's take a little bit of this shadow here that she sent me for free. This one is called Sundown. So this is more of a, I guess, iridescent shade. I haven't even swatched this yet, so let's go ahead and just give this a swatch as well. Oh, wow. That is... Holy crap, I wasn't expecting that. That is so beautiful. That is so pretty. That's definitely not going to go in my inner corner though, so maybe we'll skip that, but I'm glad I swatched anyway. Should I do a little bit of yellow in my inner corner? Like, is that gonna be crazy? I feel like this is too warm tone to go with really what I have going on here, so maybe what I'll do, since I haven't finished my face yet, maybe we should do that. So I only have some cream bronzer on, so I am going to go ahead and put some powder bronzer. I could have done that already because I'm not going to use anything that I haven't used before. This is just my Hoola bronzer, so I'm going to bronze a little bit, and then I'm going to go in with a blush, and I'm thinking for blush I want to do something that's definitely more on the cool tone side, because I just feel like that's going to go a lot better with not only my eye look, but also like what I'm wearing today. And I know that my eyes aren't done and I'm all over the place, but I don't even care. So for blush, I think I want to use the Juvia Duo. This one is in the shade Rose Gold. And these are very, very light for me in the summer, so I need to use these in the winter while I still can. So I think I'm going to go in with the shade right here, which is called Marigold. I really have not played with this palette too much because, like I said, it's a little bit too light for me and I keep forgetting to use it. So this is a shimmery blush, and honestly, like, that looks really nice. Like, I don't know why I have not been playing with this lately, because I got this last summer and I tried it and like it just wouldn't even show up on my face because I tan very easily and I tend to be outside a lot in the summer. Even if I use sunscreen, like, I still get quite a bit of a tan. So this didn't really do it for me in the summer, but honestly, like, that looks so nice right now. I'm kind of obsessed with this. And I think for highlighter, I need to use another one of my Bitter Lace Beauty highlighters and just see if we can find something that we haven't used yet. So I want to try another one of the sugar coated collection ones. I want to use this one. This one is called Watermelon Whip. It's got a bit of like a green to pink shift in it. I haven't put this on my face yet. I'm a little bit nervous because like that scares me a little bit, but let's go ahead and try it anyway because I might as well. It's not like I'm going anywhere today, so let's just see how this is going to look. Okay, that's beautiful. It's definitely looking a lot more pink on the skin. You can't really see that much of the green in it. and I like that. Actually, you can when I look straight ahead. That is so trippy, but that is so nice. So I think I'm also going to pop a little bit of this in my inner corner of my eye. This is so cool. Like, that's so different to anything else I have in my collection. Wow. See, I never learn. I need to just put a little bit less on my nose of these because they are so intense. So I'm just going to pop the tiniest amount of that, like just right into my inner corner right here. Like, I know this is a lot of duochromes all together, but I don't even care because, like I said, I'm not going anywhere today. So I just want to play with all the makeup on my face. Okay, so I kind of dig this look. So we need to do something in the waterline, and I think I have a plan. So I think basically what I'm gonna do is this, because why not just flip everything one more time? So I'm gonna use Fresh by LA Girl on this side, and then Crybaby from Colourpop on this side. I'll do some liner and mascara, I'll put on a lipstick, I'll come back and I will show you the look. And this is the look all complete, and I think that it came together. I just love these kind of eye looks. I think that they are so fun. Would you wear this out? I mean, I would actually totally wear this out because I have no shame, and I don't care if people look at me like I'm a weirdo because I am a weirdo, so it just makes sense. So for my lipstick, I use one of the cashmere creams from BH Cosmetics. This is in the shade Thirsty. I feel like this goes really well with the look. So let's talk a little bit more about the shadows that I used today. So of course I managed to dig my nail into that one. Totally my own fault. I need to repress that. I don't know. I'm so clumsy. I just cannot keep my fingers out of my shadows, and so many of them have like marks of my nails in them. It's sad. But I really like these shadows. Obviously, they all look a little bit similar if you try to like layer them next to each other, or you try to use a lot of them on your eyes at the same time like I did. Like, I feel like sometimes it just like blends together a little bit, so I would definitely recommend like using these on their own or not with other duochromes and let them have their moment to shine like I did on my lid here. I felt like as soon as I went in with a little bit on my lower lash line, like it all just ended up kind of not blurring together, but since they all have the same undertone, it just makes more sense to use them alone or with other shimmers that aren't duochromes. And I feel that way with all duochromes, honestly, but individually, I think this is a beautiful collection. It's not something that I have ever seen before. I don't think anyone has ever released a collection like this, and I think that this is just so unique, and it's just so fun, and it makes so much sense for Easter, and I'm so happy to have these. I just love Glaminatrix. It's just a brand that's always going to have a very soft spot in my heart, so let me know if you guys ended up buying them. Are you considering buying them? Do you want them? I mean, who doesn't want them? Who am I kidding? But yeah, don't forget to use my code if you do want to pick them up. It will help you save some money, which, like I said, shipping is quite expensive, so it would be very helpful, and it's not affiliated. So thank you so much for watching another one of my videos. As always, if you want to see some other singles content that I have on my channel, here's a few more, and if you're new, I would love it if you would consider subscribing, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.